Hello everyone, my name is Chetan Kumar and I have over 8 years experience working on data. I am a senior data analyst. So welcome to Data Analytics World, your go-to place for all things data analytics. In today's video, we are diving into Alteryx input tool, one of the most essential tools in Alteryx Designer. This tool allows you to import data from various sources into your workflows, and you are going to break it into different. We are going to break into different steps. So in Alteryx, or the input tool is a very important tool because that's the starting point of getting the data in your workflow. So it's a gateway for importing data, for example, CSV files, Excel files, or connecting to a database or even the cloud services. Input tool can help you to connect with variety of data sources and bring them into your workflow for analysis. The first step is the most important, and this step helps you to understand the different formats of data and what type of data you are pulling in. So Altic supports different file types. So let me show you those file types. Let me drag the input tool into the canvas, and as we click on setup connection, so if we first of all the files, so these are the file types. So we have you can connect to CSV, you can connect to Excel files, you can connect to text files, multiple files. You have even options to data sources. You can connect to multiple data sources like SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, even cloud services like Google Sheets, Dropbox, or AWS, and even APIs for web data. So how do we use input tool? Let me first help you with the entire process. So first we drag the input tool from the palette. If you don't have it here, if you're new and it's not marked under your favorite, you can even go to your input tool palette. You have option called input tool. You can just drag it even from there. But the tool that you use most frequently, you can just click on a star on top and that will add to your favorite and it will be easy for you to use. This is one way to drag the tool, and to connect, let me click on setup connection. Let's go to the file. Today we are going to click on connect to Excel file and get sample superstore dataset. Let me click on this and go to sample store dataset and click open. Here we get to select seats, whichever seats you want to select. Just click on, for example, I'm clicking on the first seat, orders. So I click OK. So input tool helps you to understand how the format of data looks like. So this is the preview. It gives you a preview how what's the data structure that you have. You can just drag towards the left and right or scroll down. You can just check what type of data set, even if it gives you what is the file format, which sheet have you selected in the Excel file, and you have other input from where you want to import the data. First row contains data, so you can click on this. If it doesn't, you can skip this. Starts from line one, or if your data is like there's a glitch on the data or there's a lot of issues in the data and the first few lines are not necessary for your use case, you can skip it from here and just change the number from 1 to whichever line number it starts with. That you will be able to preview it here. So it makes it easy for you to see every thing here and then proceed. You even have, like for example, if you have a large data set and you are just doing a test to just develop a workflow, then you run the entire data set at once. You can just limit the record over here. So it helps you to limit the number of records and it runs faster for you to develop the workflow. This is all about like how an input tool works. And there's another way to get this input tool too. For example, if I delete this, the second way to drag the input tool to your palette is just go to your palette, click on right click on insert, and go to input tool and click on input. Have the input tool ready. You don't want to do so much of hassle to go ahead and select data sources, click on data types, go to the location, search the file. If you don't want to do first of all, this is a one-time work, but if you don't want to do that, you can just directly delete this file, go to the location wherever the file's saved, click on that file, just drag it to Alteryx Designer, and on your canvas just leave it. Your file is ready. Just click on OK and your file is ready. So these are the different ways you can get the input tool to your palette. And this is the first step before we design the entire workflow. So it helps you to select the source, previewing the data, configuring the data type, and best practices that you can follow while using the input tool is preview your data to make sure it's correctly imported before you move forward. Use filters to bring it only the data you need, which can speed up your workflow. Double check your connection when working with databases. Ensure you have the correct credentials or server details. Let's say you are importing sales data from multiple stores and you want to combine it with a different data set. Like for example, we are dragging one set of data from an Excel file, another that is coming from a database. You What you need to do is, first of all, we connect it to an Excel file for here. Now you want to connect to a different data set. For example, if you get another input tool over here, go ahead, and if it's the data source, you can select any data source that's available here that you want to map it based on your requirement. I'll show you from the file that I have, and I'll just go ahead and select something else. For example, this return data is coming from a database, so click on that, check the order ID is here, and even you have an order ID here. Now if you want to just do a join, so now if you have whether the product is returned, it's not returned. So to get these details, we need the product ID, and for the product ID, we have order ID here. So we just go to order ID, map it to the order ID, and deselect duplicates, and we run. So this can be done through multiple inputs. It's not only one input. For example, these are, as you can see, you will be able to see the return details over here. So you can connect multiple input tools to cater your based on your needs. But you have different sources. This is one source that I did mention, but you have different options. You can even click on server based, you can click on data source, and you can click on cloud based, and you can click on Excel files, and you can merge them together and have it in a single database based on your requirement. So Alteryx tool is very powerful and essential for your getting your data into Alteryx, no matter where it's coming from. By mastering this tool, you will be able to streamline your workflows and set the stage for more advanced analysis. And thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe for Data Analytics World.